All right, everyone. So, of course, we've just finished week 10 of the NFL season. And as always, we're going to do our team recaps. And again, not trying to bring anybody down, but given that the three of us are on here, one of these things was not like the other, and one of the teams of ours lost. So, we're going to start with him just because Tina and
You
I
don't
are
have
feeling happy this week.
you don't have to
Oh,
call
no.
it out. You don't have to call it
Oh,
ours.
oh.
I mean, I realize we're doing the whole collective here. Y'all, I don't even wish this on neither one of y'all. And Delilah and her Sean in the background producing again. Okay, there was a sense of irony last week when Atlanta lost to a team quarterbacked by a man who 5 days prior to kickoff was playing someplace else. So that means the man showed up, learned enough of the playbook to beat this team who had most of their pieces intact. The irony of that happening last week, the only thing that could make that more ironic is for that same team that lost to turn around and lose to the team that the man that beat them last week came from. Who do that? Who do that? Where they do that at?
Oh,
I
man.
I I swear to God, if it weren't for the dogs, if it weren't for the dogs doing what the dogs are doing right now, I'd probably stand on an overpass somewhere over I-40 with my shirt ripped off, and my face painted like Heath Ledger, going, "What happened? Did your did you know what I'm saying?" Like I would be losing my ever loving mind. I have been a Falcons fan for as long as I can remember. I played for a little league team called the Falcons that has a better win-loss record in the 7 or 8 years that I played than this team has had in the last 7 or 8 years. And we didn't understand the fundamentals of football. We were just running around bumping into each other. That was it. And these guys who get paid, I want one or two jobs I want when I grow up. I either want to
Yeah.
be an SEC head coach or I want to be an NFL player for the Falcons. The reason I say SEC head coach is just because even if I suck and I get fired, I'm still gonna get my full paycheck. $78 million. Where they do that at?
Hey,
Hey, look,
Kirby Smart's a genius. You negotiated a contract, right? It's awesome. Get your money, son. No.
I'm not talking about Kirby Smart. I'm talking about the guy that got fired. The team, he was so, I know we pro football, but I'm on a rant right now. They decided on Thursday they were going to fire this man. That means they let this man come to work on Thursday. They let him come to work on Thursday. They let him get on the team plane on Friday. I don't know if they traveled or not. I can't remember. No, it wasn't a travel game. They let him show up on Friday, run practice. They let him show up early Saturday morning, do all the stuff that coaches do, coach the game, win the game. That's the messed up part. He won the game. And then they fired him. And then they said, yeah, you suck. We don't want you to work here anymore. Effective immediately, clean out your locker. And here's a check for $78 million. But back to Atlanta. Y'all suck. I swear for the Lord, Arthur Smith, Arthur Blank, Mr. Blank, you know what? Mr. Blank, I'm tired of Arthur Smith on the sidelines looking like that one kid that gets picked on in school and always looks confused about why he's getting picked on because it is so horrendously obvious. The haircut, the mustache, the way that I don't know. Man's just looked like he had his wife holding the vacuum cleaner over his head while she ran the scissors through his hair and then brushed it down and said, "There you go, baby. Have a good day at work. Go be a winner." And then did you win today? No, we didn't win today. That's all right. You still my winner with your winner haircut.
All righty.
Tired. I am tired. I'm so tired. I'm more tired of the Falcons than I am of my damn job. And I'm on my job 50 hours a week. I ain't been to a Falcons game, never before in my life. And I'm tired of the damn Falcons. The Falcons is the only team I know that you could give them a 400-yard head start and they'll still lose in the last yard. I'm done.
Oh, you sure? I mean, nothing else you want to?
Wow.
Right, you nothing else?
I'm gonna stop, but it's gonna be a whole hour, so that's where I'm gonna stop. another 45 seconds. We'd have got a message in the private chat going, "Okay, Handy, wrap it up."
No, never, my friend. We would never silence you. Not that we could, anyways. But hey,
no, I was talking about the producer.
No, I know. No, I just. But hey, here's a shining light for you, Handy. I can honestly tell you're not one of the 5 worst offenses in the NFL. So you have that going for you, my friend. How about that?
That means something. We still not going to the Super Bowl. And Lindsay, can I just say, I can say this because we're getting closer. It's November, so Black History Month is 3 months away. As a card-carrying member of the African American nation, shining lights tend to scare us, especially when it's dark out, because that normally means we getting pulled over. So I'm just saying, you could give me a dangly fish or something. I don't know.
Oh man, I love it. No, okay. No, all right. We'll move on, Handy. We'll let you, rest for a moment, collect your thoughts. Maybe eat some of your chicken wings or whatever you got in front of you, and you'll be all right.
I haven't ordered them yet. I was going to order them to have them delivered. I was going to order them and have them. I've actually decided to start getting the food after the show, just cause.
Oh, okay.
Fair enough. I'm messing around and choking myself trying to eat an 18-piece during Tina's segment.
Sure, absolutely. Oh yeah, no.
Tina come back and this was Top Corners with Tina, and we're back.
Oh, and show there you go. All right. Well, Tina, the aforementioned Tina, Denver, your Broncos pulled out an exciting one on Sunday. Give us everything you want to about that game and how happy you truly are. Let's hear it.
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank Josh Allen and the turf man on the field. Because without those two, and the defensive guy that got called for the PI in the last 35 seconds of the game. Because seriously, neither team, I swear, neither team could take advantage of what they were doing. Our defense kept us in that game, and the numbers on the offense aren't bad. They're not bad, but it just, good Lord, that offensive line came back to try and snap us from the jaws of victory. I swear, every other play, it was holding, false start, McFlinchy started all over again. So, I'm very, very happy. Glad we won that game. I really, really am. It was nice to have our 3rd in a row. There's still problems with the team. We're just going to be honest about that. But Dobbs scares me now. Yeah, I am full on. Sean, I 100% agree with you. I think we need to have Mims over a wide receiver, but for some reason they're not doing it. They're keeping him. He's in the lineup. He's just not getting balls tossed at him. So there was 2 last night that I was like, one more tackle and he was going to break and he would have been down. So it was nice. Javonte ran well. Our run was doing pretty good. And as Handy said, the 10 toes tiptoe along the back line that Sutton had is according to the metrics, that had a 3.2% chance of being good. It is the smallest percentage there's been on a wide receiver catch since they've started looking at this stuff. So, hats off to Sutton. We couldn't see it from the angle. Nobody could really see what he did unless you were there. And that was a thing of beauty. But, Russ had good numbers. Our run defense was atrocious. Murray and Cook took us for, let's see what I have in here.
All right.
Almost 180 yards between the 2 of them. So we got to fix the run defense. So all those people out there, I didn't drink the Kool-Aid. I don't think the Broncos are going to the playoffs or the Super Bowl, but it was a damn good game. And we'll probably talk about the other aspect of what this game kind of made the Bills think about. So that's where I'm at. Russ is going to be there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, and again, calling it now. Broncos make the playoffs, he says. Calling it now.
I don't think so. Not based on the schedule that's coming up. We still have to play the Chargers twice. We have to play the Raiders again, and I think there's another few other good teams in there that we'd need to win. I think somebody added it up. Like we'd have to go 10-1 in the next. So 7 out of the next 8 games, we'd have to win 7 games.
Okay, right. So finish at 10 and whatever 7.
Yep. So we'll see. There's some good teams in there. So, but I do think this, because it's been 3 games in a row, kind of like what I said, like a lot of people weren't talking about it in the national media, was how injured our defense was and how badly injured our secondary was. So that's why you have a 70-20 game with Miami. So I think people are going to have to start paying attention to us and having to, but that also means our defense has to step back up too again. So that Jaquan McMillan, when he punched that ball out, he literally stripped the ball out of Cook's hands on the first drive. I was like, all right, game on.
And it certainly was. I mean, it was a cool, anytime, and that's the thing, is this was one of 5 games, that was decided by a field goal in the last, moments. So,
6.
crazy weekend.
Total.
It was a 6. Was it 6? Okay, 6 total.
Yeah.
Nuts. So
decided by field goal.
Yeah, crazy, right? Like it just so nuts. But yeah, a great win for the Broncos. Again, little feather in the cap. Buffalo on the slide. Yeah, damn kickers. You're right. You got it right. It's all those damn kickers. But again, I too, my team actually had a victory on Thursday night. And again, I wasn't like overly excited. I had hoped that we would pull out this victory against Carolina. I was working the game, so I was in Soldier Field, like trying to listen and see what I could see, and there wasn't a lot to necessarily cheer for. But yes, Sean, that is correct. This year, Bears are 2-0 on Thursday nights. Maybe we should play more Thursday night games. I don't know, because that seems to be Sundays we don't seem to do well. But hell, Thursday night we're 2-0. What can you do? But yeah, it's about what I expected. I mean, 100%. I know we've talked a little bit about, but Tyson Bagent is 2-2 as a starter, which is probably right. I mean, the guy, everybody after that first week was like, "Oh, this kid's incredible." And yes. Tyson Bagent showed some flashes. He showed you some things, but he's also showed you that he is definitely a rookie. There was a couple games or the couple throws last week where it's like he thought he had a window, and the NFL defensive back said, "Yeah, son, you don't have anything," and just jumped right in front of the receiver and grabbed the ball and went the other way. So things he's going to learn. Like, again, I'm fine with what Tyson Bagent did in terms of his play. Like, you expect that. The kids, again, it's not about necessarily coming from a Division II school, but again, the NFL game is faster. These guys are better, and he's learning it. He's finding that out. But he did what he could. We got the victory. We're 3-7 going into this Week 11 matchup with the Lions. I'm just hoping we don't get smashed. The Lions are looking like one of the best teams in the NFC right now, and I can only hope that if Fields does come back, we at least look competitive. The defense has actually started to step up, and I do think that Montez Sweat made a difference a little bit in that game, and I hope he continues to, because drawing double teams and drawing guys out opens up other guys to do things, and I think that's you saw that a little bit in what happened on Thursday night, because really the defense didn't play badly. We only gave up 13 points. We just got to score more. I mean, honestly, it's still the NFL. These are professionals. I know, Sean. We know that's your boy. Washington at a fire sale. We took advantage of that. So, and we got him the extension for 4 years, so we're paying him handsomely to stay there for the next 4 years. So, yeah, I expect a lot from Montez Sweat, and I hope that in the coming weeks he will deliver, my friend. But yeah, again, Justin Fields comes back. It looks like he practiced yesterday. So, again, hopefully the Bears can at least, get on some kind of something. Try not to finish the season. We've already tied our win total from last year, so can't get any worse. So hopefully it gets better. But yeah, Bears win, go on to Detroit next. So that's our team recaps for this week. Let's go ahead and get into one of the big, and here's the surprise I'm going to throw at you guys, because some people might, and I was floored when I read this, Well, I mean, not the firing of Ken Dorsey. We all know Ken Dorsey of the Buffalo Bills offensive coordinator was fired by Buffalo after last night's loss. But before last week, did you guys know that Buffalo had the number 2 ranked offense in the NFL before last night's game?
I did not, sir.
Yeah, I was floored to read that. And the reason why I kind of shake my head then, and Tina, I have to, you mentioned it in our group chat earlier. Can you say scapegoat? Like,
Absolutely.
I get it.
100%.
Your team is 5-5 right now, but you had the second ranked offense going into Monday night's game, and you want to fire the offensive coordinator when Josh Allen has 11 interceptions?
Because they can't fire the quarterback. Because they can't fire the quarterback.
That's true. That's very true.
And I said it ever from the beginning because a friend of mine was at Wyoming when he was their quarterback, and she liked him and she wanted the Broncos to take him, and we could have taken him, but we didn't. We took Pat Surtain instead. So, which I don't care what anybody says. I don't care who's there, whatever's going on. I'm fine with PS2. That's fine. Sure. But I've seen it through like the first couple of years. The risk wasn't worth the reward you were getting. And it looked like he started to turn it around a little bit, but I honestly think he's Favre 2.0. High reward with a high risk. It's a numbers game. And if they can get the points on the board, then it's okay. It doesn't matter that he throws an interception or 2 a game. Right. But 100% Dorsey was the scapegoat. Now, the one thing I will say about Dorsey, and somebody I saw this listening to ESPN earlier, was their running game was working. It was working very well with us. And they kind of stopped it, and they kept going for throwing the ball, but they couldn't get Diggs open. Surtain had him, was like a blanket on him. He wasn't going anywhere. So I don't know why they kept forcing the passes, but they did. I mean, like 20-yard runs these guys would have. Cook opened us up. Latavius Murray was running straight up. And that's one tall boy.
Cook even got y'all with a self-fumble recovery. He still got about 10, 15 yards on that.
Like we talked about it. He had stop myself. He had a magnet in that ball. There is no way that ball hits the ground the way it does and pops right back into his hands.
Not only that, but right back, like he catches it in stride. It doesn't bounce back behind him or off to the side. It just kind of bounces and hangs enough for him to catch it.
Yeah. Like, there couldn't have been somebody. It's almost like God came in and went, "This is yours."
They do that play up. That's in the playbook.
Excuse me, you judge your ball, Coach Jones.
They play it. They play that. That's on Tuesday. They implement that play where the ball bounces back to you and you keep running. That's how they do that. That's planned that way. Tina, come on.
No, but crazy stuff like that from Mahomes. Not from a running back of the ball.
Exactly.
So,
but again, they fired Dorsey, and so now that made me think about, like I said, some of the worst offenses in the NFL. Because looking at Buffalo being the second best going into yesterday's game, I'm like, man. So I looked into who the 5 worst offenses are in the NFL. So we're gonna have a little fun with this and go through this list. Handy, would you be surprised to know that the Giants of New York are ranked number 32 in offense? Does that surprise you at all, Mr. Handy?
It does not. I mean, excuse me, did you not see the game this past Sunday?
I watched
me at all. I think a couple times they scored, they were surprised, like, oh, we've scored for real?
Well, yes, obviously Tommy DeVito, the rookie from Illinois, started the game, obviously. Yeah, exactly. Is that the Tommy DeVito from the not the Soprano, the Jersey Boys? You know, the guy who was in the group
Yeah.
4 seasons, right? That Tommy DeVito, he plays quarterback. Guy's about 80 years old. But anyways,
did you see when they flashed to his family in the stands? I forgot what he made some big play, and the camera panned to his family, and it was exactly the kind of family I thought it was going to be. You know what I mean?
Oh,
it looked like an American Italian family from Jersey. You know what I mean? Like the dad got the hair, he's digging in his pocket, looking up at the camera like, I better not be on the camera. Huh? You know what I mean? Mom's doing this. Kid looks totally disinterested in the phone. I was like, oh my God, this is, and they had just got done telling his whole life story, which took like 9 seconds.
Yeah.
They looked exactly like what I expected.
That's hilarious. I didn't see that, so that's actually kind of funny because I'm sure, like, you think about it, like that's kind of the stereotypical, you know, Anthony described the stereotypical Italian family that you see from Jersey. You know, like, you know, the kids get this. Hey, we got to go see Junior play on Sunday. Let's go over there. Let's go to football game and let's go see it. Exactly, right?
Come on, Pop. You know I was going on with the boys tonight. Going with the boys out for what? For what? You're going with us tonight. That's what we're doing. We're going to go support your brother.
Yeah. So no, I just, you know, yeah. So again, the Giants they're 2-8. There's really not much hope there for them. The division they play, like Sean put up, they've been outscored by Dallas by 72 points. Like, what in the blue hell is that? So yeah, no hope for them. But then, Tina, I think you will find this next team who was ranked 31st in offense because there is hope. They play Washington this week. Good, Sean. You're a funny guy. I know, man. Come on, Sean. You can't give up on your boy Sam Howell yet. They should beat the Giants by like 15 or 16, bro. Come on. That should be a huge victory for you guys this week, the way New York is playing.
Left hand
Tina,
up.
your favorite. Oh, go ahead. What's up? Yeah, left hand up. There you go. Give it to him, Andy. Give it to him. I don't remember the fight song. I'm not going to try and sing it. Never mind.
Power.
But there you go. Tina, your favorite
I'm sorry.
coach,
I couldn't resist. I had to do it. All right. Sorry. Oops.
Your favorite ex-coach, who is now the offensive coordinator of New York, is the 31st ranked defense. And isn't that just fun? You know, knowing you lost Aaron Rodgers, knowing that you had to go back to Zach Wilson, and you've got the second worst offense in the NFL. Like, doesn't that just make you happy, Tina?
And you lost to the team that just fired their head coach 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Oh,
that is correct.
I am. Like, I've been saying it the whole time. Like, Hackett is not good. Like, there's just, he can't teach his system. And this is, again, like, yeah, my coach spouted his mouth off a little too early and we lost to them. But again, I'm going to go back to our defense wasn't good that game. Like, we weren't playing well. But yeah, I mean, the Jets, they're not doing well with Zach. There's a reason the Jets brought in Aaron Rodgers. Now, did you also hear Aaron Rodgers is talking like he's going to try and make it back about mid-December, so he can
They
play
might
the
be out of
last
it by then.
Well,
okay.
I mean, my answer to that is, yeah, go ahead and break that and pop that Achilles heel again.
Sure. Come on back, Aaron. We'll tackle you again, and you'll be out in 4 plays. No big deal. Just, yeah, it's all good.
Did y'all see
you
the
got
Jets play the Bills this week? Yeah, I saw
Aaron
that.
Pointed with the thing on his face, like, what the hell is that? Did he get hit by a flying mushroom or something?
What?
He had something. He had one of those things on his eye, like when they put the it's like a rubber, like got a rubber seal on it. Yeah, and then it's got the metal grate on the top of it. Just like
the little metal grate that they put over the patch. Right, I've seen those. Right, exactly.
Oh Lord!
What do you say? Pirate breakfast? You're hilarious, with Sean. Thank you, Sean.
I'm lucky I didn't see that one. I would have been making comments if I'd seen that patch on his eye.
Yeah, I didn't see that either. That's crazy.
It's and I'm not. I would have thought they would have been a little bit higher. I'm not gonna lie, that their offense was a little bit higher because they have been able to score some
Yeah.
touchdowns and things, but in a way, it doesn't surprise me because
Yeah.
everyone knows how I
No,
feel
no,
about
no.
Hackett.
Yeah.
So, or as I like to call him, Hatchet.
There you go, Hackett. He certainly took a hatchet to your Broncos last year, that's for sure. But that's another
Yeah,
story for another time. But
yeah.
and then of course you may not be surprised to find out that of course my beloved Bears were number 30 as far as also the third worst offense in the NFL. Which, yeah, given the way we played this year, yeah, that doesn't surprise me in the least bit. I mean, we've had a couple of glimpses, and Justin had a couple of good games, but for the most part, we've just fallen apart. It seems like. So I hope that we can find a way to get something going against Detroit, even if we're a 10-point underdog. So yeah, I just hope that we can stay in the game and be competitive. Another one that's interesting, of course, because there's a lot of talk around this team and their head coach, and of course that's the New England Patriots, who are 29 in defense or offense in the NFL with their 2-8 record. Like, we were talking about it last week about coaches and about Belichick being on the hot seat, but Bill O'Brien, did we expect more from Bill in this position? Going back to an offensive coordinator and after being a head coach, and is it just Mac? Is it Mac Jones? Does this all fall on Mac Jones, guys, or is this just the system or whatever? But like New England is just falling apart, and it just looks bad there. Like I said, they're 2-8. They got nothing going for them whatsoever, and their quarterback play is atrocious. What do they do with that?
Is it the quarterback or is it the quarterback coach that's not been able to motivate or train or I don't know. I don't follow college very well, so I
I
don't
am.
know yeah, like how good are they trying to get bad habits he picked up in college? Or
Yeah.
did the scouts just simply overvalue him? Like what round did he go in the draft?
Oh crap! I'm not 100%. I don't remember 100% where Mac Jones went.
I don't think he was in like one of the top 3 rounds. He was in a later round,
No,
right?
maybe. Well, no, wait, Mac Jones?
Yeah.
No, he
I
was
thought Mac
number.
Jones went in the first round.
No,
I
he was
thought.
number 15.
Oh,
New England grabbed him in the
okay.
first round. That's right. Yeah, he was the 5th quarterback taken because Justin was 11.
Okay.
We traded with Giants to take 11, and Mac Jones was taken 15 by the Patriots. So yeah, no,
Okay.
he wasn't. He was a first round pick. Yeah, he was first round pick. But then again, he
Then
did
that
play in
one
the
might
cushy
add
Alabama system.
Well, that's what I was getting
uh,
ready. That's what I was getting ready to say. You alluded to Bill O'Brien. You were right there. Bill
yeah.
O'Brien was in Alabama the last couple of years, and I
Yeah.
believe he had done some time there. No, he had been there. Blah, blah, blah. He'd been in Alabama in the 2021 and 2022 seasons, and fans wanted
Okay.
him gone as soon as they
Yeah.
announced that he was coming to Alabama. And
Oh, okay.
to be completely honest, if you look at the progression of Bryce Young, if you followed him through college,
Yeah.
those were his least productive years. And then
Yes. Okay.
he got the hook, and he went to and then Belichick picked him up, and you see what they've been dealing with. I think Mac Jones was definitely I think Mac Jones was definitely more productive before Bill O'Brien got to New England.
To New England, yeah. Well, yeah, it would seem that way. Like this has to be his worst year so far, right? Like I
Yeah,
don't have all the
100%.
stats, but like, yeah, I
mean,
gotta
he wasn't.
imagine he's really regressed. It seems like horribly. Like I
Yeah.
don't think he was going to be great, but you thought he
Uh-huh.
would be a good serviceable quarterback in the NFL. And he's this year, like you said, I don't know what's happened to him, bro.
Yeah, he's not. He never was a world beater. He was one of the guys that found himself in he found himself in the position of being on a team that was just ridiculously wealthy with talent. And they did win it. They did win a national championship. And of course, what comes along with that is the you reap the benefits. And so he got drafted really high. And he was a serviceable quarterback, and I thought he would do well with Belichick, and he did to a degree. But
this just makes me think more and more and more.
The regression is insane.
Go ahead, Tate. I'm sorry.
This is just giving me more and more ideas that I think Belichick will bring back Josh McDaniels, because Josh McDaniels can actually teach quarterbacks. He worked with Brady. He worked with Garoppolo. He's worked with a number of. He can do quarterbacks. So you bring him back in, he might be able to turn Mac Jones around. I was wondering about Bill O'Brien. I thought he was the guy that was at Houston that got let go. So
yeah, he was.
Yeah.
He was with the Texans, but yeah, like you said, like Sean was saying, he traded Hopkins and J.J. Watt or whatever. So like, it's again, going from a head coach back to a coordinator, and you just haven't done anything for this New England team, really. If anything, they should have fired him before they fired Ken Dorsey. But whatever. Again, I'll digress.
But also to
speaking
kind of
of
go to the Sean's talking about having a QB be on a team with so much talent and not have it translate in the pro.
Yeah.
Okay. Little technical delay there. I mean, it makes me think that, like what Handy was saying, like he was on an Alabama team that had so much talent around him. He was more of a manager of the ball. He was getting the ball to here and there and all that stuff. He's more of a ball manager, not necessarily just insanely talented. And I think what happens in the pros is when you get those guys that are more ball managers, that's literally like throw to wide receiver one, he'll get the ball, he's insanely talented, or you have a great running back, or those guys. Those cons get exposed in the NFL and in the pros. So he's not the first one we've seen it. We've seen a couple of others. I mean, Johnny Manziel comes to mind. But Johnny had some other issues, as we all saw in the documentary.
That's true, but that's true. But definitely. No, I just, it's just so hard sometimes, because you sit there and go, because then it's also, to me, it's a little harder to evaluate this person, because you go, is he really that horrible? Or is he playing, is this play calling bad? Is it the system? Like, what is it that you regress so much, from one year to the next? Like, what is the issue? And so, again, is it Bill O'Brien? Is it just Mac Jones in general? I mean, again, New England is 2-8 and not headed anywhere. Belichick could be out the door at the end of this year. So a lot of interesting stuff going on there in New England, and I'll definitely be looking at, to see what happens there. Just to round out the top 5 of worst offenses, it was Carolina at 28. They're 1-8, of course. They get the aforementioned Bryce Young is their quarterback, but again, he's a rookie. It's his first year. Carolina sold off a lot, to get Bryce Young in that sense, with the Bears, that deal. So, Carolina is going to take their lumps probably for a couple of years until they can build up again and get some good players in there and, help Bryce Young out and, that sort of thing. Because I don't think Adam Thielen, no offense to Adam, is really going to be the answer for Bryce Young there. So a lot of work to do there in Carolina. But so those are the 5 worst offenses right now. And again, the coordinators, of course, we talked about Bill O'Brien, New England, Hackett in New York. We have Luke Getsy, which I'm not very happy with that guy, but that's another story for another time. The guy in New York is Mike Kafka. And then, of course, Carolina has Thomas Brown as their offensive coordinator. So, again, some bad offenses. We could see some more coordinator firings by the end of the year if some of these things continue.